Hello and welcome to another episode of Box Opening with Roy. In this box should be two frames that I ordered from China for two projects for next year. So let's get on with it. I'll talk while I'm opening the box because it's tough going opening these boxes. One frame should be a gravel frame, custom painted in and hopefully a gold colour. We'll see how it comes out. The other one is a mountain bike hardtail frame in a grey colour, and hopefully see how that turned out. First off, let's see if there's actually two frames in here first. There is two frames. Okay. We've got some forks, we've got a seat post. So there'll be the gravel frame, I'm guessing. The mountain bike hardtail frame will just be a frame, no forks with that, because I'll be putting some suspension forks on it. It's to replace my hardtail, which is hanging up there that you can't actually see. So that's one wrapped. Which one will it be? Very well wrapped. Box was undamaged. That's the hardtail. That is the gravel frame. It's a second gravel frame. One of my earlier videos, I did build a nice gravel bike, and I raced it at the Dirty Reaver, a 200-kilometre race. Finished 12th, so it was a good bike. Might have finished in the top 10 if I hadn't had a flat rear tyre just before the midway point. But you know, these things happen. Had to ride the second half of it by myself, yet again, headwind all the way. Absolute nightmare. It would have been great to do it in the group, but it didn't happen. So this is going to be an even better version of that bike. Should be a bit blingier. I've got some carbon wheels coming for it. The GRX. No Di2, because I can't afford it, you know. Tough times. Jesus, they do wrap these incredibly well. I have to be very careful with these scissors. And it's just like Christmas, which is lucky because it is almost Christmas. Merry Christmas, by the way. Bear with me, Jesus. But you can't complain. They do wrap them very, very well. So I picked the paint job, and they painted it up and got it sent out, you know, really quickly. Got two frames off them. I had to pay almost £100 customs to get this large box through customs. But hey, the way the Royal Mail's going at the moment, you're lucky to get anything, aren't you? Just that slightly. Very professional. This won't get edited. Just want to get in it and see what the paint job's like. And obviously do the weigh-in. Okay. Should edit it really, because nobody wants to see all this crap. I'll tell you what, the colour looks pretty awesome. Now, I'm building a second gravel frame, because then if I do race cyclocross reasonably seriously, then I'll have sort of two bikes. I'm not a big fan of racing in mud, and the need for two bikes usually means it's a complete shithole, and that's not much fun. Nobody likes, well, that's not true. I don't like running around a muddy field with a bike on my shoulder and then swapping it so somebody can jet wash the shit out of it. So I get on another bike. But yeah, check out that colour. I am really, really pleased with that. Metallic-y, goldy. Yeah, it's come out pretty well. You never know when you tell these guys what colour you want. They have a kind of colour chart, you know. It doesn't always come out well, but that looks pretty good. Hopefully it's painted well all the way through. If I remember rightly, it's meant to have a T47 threaded bottom bracket. It's a pretty small, sort of compact sort of gravel bike. Apart from that, I've got loads of wheels anyway, but I have got some new wheels on the way. From a company, they're called Riot, R-Y-E-T, and I've got set of mountain bike wheels there that I bought off them because they were just so cheap. I couldn't say no. And I'll use them for the mountain bike project. The main aim of the mountain bike project is to beat Scott. Scott, I've got a new Wonder Hardtail out. The top of the range one costs like that's about 14 grand or something stupid. I'd like to think I'm wrong about that. I'm sure that's what it said. So see if I can build one under 9 kilos, which is their claim weight, without pedals. It'll probably cost a fraction of that. Tell you what, this would be highly fatiguing on Christmas Day if you get all your presents were wrapped as well as this. I think after all this box opening I'd get good at it, wouldn't you? We have a bolt for axle there. There's a bit missing, but I'm sure it'll be in that little package of headsets and bits and bobs that hopefully has come with it. Yeah, there we have the C47 threaded. Looks everything's there, mate. It looks super clean inside. You can see the kind of the carbon layup. Yeah, there's not too much sort of bits and bobs pointing out of it. Looks alright. I'm not going to get a camera in there. Look at that colour. How blinky is that? It's going to look great in the sun. I'm convinced the sun will come out again. Obviously it is middle of winter here, hence the hat and coat and everything. It's pretty cold. Just had a really serious cold spell. And I still haven't recovered from it. But unwrapping this will make me feel a lot better. I have purchased a bottom bracket for this. I mean, it's pretty pointless because you're not going to see it, but it's got some very nice anodised cups that aren't quite the same colour, but I don't think it matters that much. It's kind of blingy. We need all the bling we can get. The wheels manufacturing bottom bracket. Surprisingly expensive, really, considering it's just a couple of cups and a couple of bearings, but ones that last a long time. It's T47 to dub. I've got dub pretty much on all my bikes, so they can all be kind of swapped around. I can use a power meter to display my feeble watts. I tell you what, that is quite nice. I mean, that's really nice. I should get the scales out, but obviously the human weighing scale says what's pretty right. I have to admit, that is really, really nice. Quite, it's similar geometry to the other bike. It just has kind of a much smaller frame, but the actual top tube length and everything's about the same. The front centre is 600mm, which is exactly what I like because it means I don't get any toe overlap when I'm doing right tight corners and things. But yeah, the rear axle is on it. There's nothing else on it. I'll just get my scales. Bear with me a moment. Very unprofessional, didn't have the scales to hand. Obviously would like it to be not much more than a kilo. It does have the rear axle in it, so you know we will forgive it a little bit. But it comes out at 1.16 with the rear axle, so probably not much more than a kilo. gold paint metallics. It probably weighs a ton. But yeah, really happy with that. Really happy. Merry Christmas to me. Fork. Fast forward all this bollocks. Bollocks. Yeah, well, same finish as expected. Walk through. Just come with all the mounts if you're gonna like bolt all kinds of wraps and things to it. But generally, it's just for riding around on gravelly stuff as fast as my little legs will carry me around North Wales, etc. We'll give this away. We'll guess at sort of £5.50 with the axle. Oh, look at that. I'm in for a bit of a treat there. 460 grams with the axle, not bad for an off-road fork. Now if you remove the bolts, that's, there's a few more grams too. And the actual dismounts had been kind of faced as well, so they might actually be straight when I mount the brake. That would be really nice. So all in all, up to now, really happy. Now, okay, here's the mountain bike frame. This is surprisingly hard work. My back is killing me. We'll put this over here. Put this over here. This will be fine. Right. So this should be this kind of cool, kind of metallic-y, kind of grey colour of some description. As long as it's close to that, it's fine. That gravel frame, that is lovely. The company got these off, got them both off the same company. I think they're called Spcycle. I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly. They make a lot of frames. I think I might have bought some other frames off them in the past. Not had any issues with them at all, and the communication was good. I mean, they painted these up and sent them out pretty quick. I'm assuming they didn't have them readily painted because they do offer loads of options, custom options. So if you see a bloke at the start of the Dirty Reader next year on a gold blingy bike, it might be me. That's alright, look at that colour. I mean, I was going to get this in just with no paint on it at all, just a raw finish, maybe just lacquer it myself just to save a couple of grams, but you know, what's 100 grams between frames? They do claim the weight of this, it's something like sort of sub 1 kilo. So if it's anywhere near that, that'd be pretty cool. I assume their weights are without paint, without any axles or dropouts and things on it. Really well wrapped. I mean, if anybody needs any packaging to send any Christmas gifts, give me a shout, there's loads here. I will have the choice next year when I race or whatever. I'll have a choice of a, hopefully a stupidly like Hardtail or a very good full suspension bike. The full sus bike that I did build last year, did race that a few times. Did the mountain bike marathon in Ruffin, which is North Wales. Actually finished third behind a legend that is Nick Craig. The legs weren't very good, but the bike was. But the bike does handle rocky stuff really, really well. Got to make sure the shock is set up correctly, because if it's a bit low on pressure, it kind of almost changes the angles as it compresses and does feel like a kind of downhilly bike. So you get the pressure just right in the shock. Still, all the angles feel good, and it feels fast. As fast as your legs can carry it anyway. Yeah, they've actually faced them as well, which is quite good. Might get the brake on it straight without any rubbing, or need to get the file out. Yeah, it's a very nice grey colour. Probably build it up with some more DT forks or rock shocks, depends what's available and what I can afford. I've got some SRAM XO1. Might actually go 12 speed for the first time on this. Got a 12 speed Chinese cassette. I think the big 6 sprockets on it are all machined from one billet, similar to kind of SRAM Red and SRAM XX1, but a fraction of the cost. I do have some of their cassettes on my road bikes, and they seem to work well and don't weigh much and shift okay. I'm still running Shimano freehub bodies on all my wheels. This just has a good old-fashioned BSA bottom bracket, and the finishing there, visually for me, it's really neat. Nothing poking out. The paint, the paint around there it's pretty damn tidy. It is a 30.9 bottom bracket seat post. I have pre-ordered one of them. I get all my seat posts. I generally run inline seat posts on my bikes because I've got relatively short arms and legs, so I like that kind of position. And there's a company I get them from in China called Elita 1, and they make some ridiculously light stuff, but it doesn't cost a great deal. You get kind of a sub 200 gram seat post for kind of less than 40 quid. So I've got one of them. I've got a bar stem combo for this. Same as the one I put on the full suspension bike, so they're pretty light and feel pretty comfortable. And it hasn't broke. Although I'm not the heaviest rider in the world or the gnarliest, but it's like an aluminium sort of cup pressed into the frame there for the headset bearing to sit in, which is nice. The bottom one hasn't, it's tapered. Yeah, very neat inside. Really well finished inside. I don't know if you can see that. Really neat. It's just a nice hardtail frame. Hopefully have plenty of clearance. VSA bottom bracket. Really well finished. Okay, here's the important bit. It's supposed to be a sub kilo, but with paint it might be just over. I've got the seat clamp and the rear axle on, so if it's anywhere near the magical kilogram, we'll be happy. Let's do that again. .06 kilos. It's got the rear axle, it's got a spacer in it as well, and it's got the seat clamp on. So it probably is very close to a kilo. And that's with paint as well, which you can't argue with that. It's pretty awesome. So all in all, it's a pretty Merry Christmas. I've got two really awesome bikes to build. I'm sure there'll be some videos in the very near future of them. Maybe a follow-up one on the full suspension bike, which in general has been pretty awesome. A few little minor issues, but all in all, everything's been pretty good. That's the end of that. Thanks for watching me opening the box. It's good, isn't it? Merry Christmas. See you soon. Bye bye.